And we are running. Gotta get used to this again. Oh, I'm so happy. My bike works. It's street legal. Riding season is open. And the weather here in Alaska couldn't be better. It is about 50 degrees right now, and it's perfect day to ride. Little bit of cloud cover, but it's all high level clouds. We are stopping here at the Lady of the Lake. Oh, lady. If you look at right there through the ice, you can see the remnants of a plane. This is an old B-29, I think. Was it? Oh, it's a B-7. No, it's the B-29. Yep. So B-29 bomber that used to be stationed here way back in the 50s and into World War II. And after they had retired this one, they decided to put it in the lake to use for training for water recovery or whatever. It got used for 1 year, and then after that, they never touched it again. So it's been sitting here. But I thought this was a nice little piece of Eielson history. Oh man, this bike is so smooth. Oh, I'm so happy. So happy right now. This is a good day. I got my bike titled and registered in the state of Alaska today. It happened really, really fast. I spent a lot more money than I was intending, so my wife is a little less than thrilled, but I'll find some way to make it up to her. I wanted to talk about how to get a motorcycle titled in the state of Alaska. And the reason why I specify the state of Alaska is because it's different for every state. Most states, Alaska included, it is not possible to title and register a dirt bike, or one that is specifically designed for dirt. There's only a couple states where you can do it. Texas is one of those places. And there's my son just going crazy. Texas is one of those places, as evidenced by Jake the Garden Snake and his WR450. I think another state, the only other state that I know of is Colorado. I suppose it's possible in Arizona because you can actually plate and title a quad and drive it on the street there. But Alaska is not one of those places. So first thing you have to do is have a vehicle that was designed already for street riding. This bike, it was created as a dual sport, so there was no issue as far as that goes. Because I didn't have a title, I had to go through this list of steps. First step that I had to do was I had to get the bill of sale from the guy I bought it from, which is fine because I bought it from a coworker. So I took it to him and had him sign it, and then now it's mine. The next step that I had to do was I had to take the bike, and get it appraised at a dealership for whatever it's worth. I took it to a place in Fairbanks. I called all the shops. They were expensive. Every shop wanted $50 for an appraisal. And, I had heard that it would be like $10 or something, so I was kind of disappointed with that. So I ended up taking it to the place that would get me in the quickest. Ooh, let's avoid that. It's a little slick and I don't have the best tires. Which, by the way, they appraised this thing for $1,500, and I was kind of surprised. I was expecting something like $500 to $800. He's like, no, you're not going to find a bike this old with this few miles that's in as good shape as this. And I did a lot of work to it over winter, but I wasn't expecting that much of an increase in value. But whatever, I'll take it. So $1,500 was the estimate. And then the state of Alaska, the next thing you have to do is you have to get a bond for 1.5 times the value, the appraised value of the motorcycle. So my appraised value was $1,500. 1.5 times that is $2,250. I had to go to an insurance agency. I had called my insurance. I have insurance through USAA, and they told me it'd be about $125. And it'd take about 2 weeks to accomplish because it was all being done over the mail. So I was kind of skeptical. Woo, craziness. I was kind of skeptical about just doing it through them because I didn't want to take so long. So I called a few local insurance places, and they were all pretty much the same. $100 for the bond and then a $25 service fee. So $125 to get it bonded. So I went through a local place. They got me in and out within about half an hour. And then I had to go to the DMV with the bonding paperwork, the proof of ownership, and the appraisal. And then they, at the DMV, had to do an inspection of the bike, which the inspection was kind of a joke, honestly. The lady walked out there, got the VIN off of the bike, made sure that it was consistent with the paperwork I had given her. Then she asked me if everything worked on it. I said yes, and she said, okay, good enough. So we went inside, finished the paperwork. I ended up paying about $75 to plate it and register it, and then I was legal. And then I had to get motorcycle insurance. And for this bike, we ended up going through Progressive because I thought I could go through USAA, but USAA does not cover motorcycles in the state of Alaska. So they kind of pushed us to Progressive, and it's $95 a year. So I paid half of that now, and I think the next half I gotta pay next month. So $95 for a year for insurance of this thing, which is, it's basic liability. It's not a lot, but considering I have, no history with any insurance company of having ridden, it's fine. And so we paid half of that now, and half will be next month, and then we'll be covered for the year. That is taken care of, and now I am street legal. Another interesting thing about Alaska is requirements for motorcycles. You do have to have liability insurance, which is fine, because I was going to have that anyways. I think it's stupid to not carry insurance of any type. You also have to have mirrors. You have to have, working headlight, tail light, but you do not have to have turn signals. Since I don't have turn signals, and it's still a good idea because it helps with some visibility, my compromise is to wear this reflective vest, and that gives me extra visibility, and extra visibility is always a good thing. I stalled it. So that's pretty much it. That's starting a bike, that's registering and street plating a bike in Alaska.